They have sweet here. They're called cookies. What an unimaginative name. Well, we cook them, so let's call them cookies. I mean, buildings, toast, fries, wraps, throws. The way this society names things, I'm surprised they don't call their cars driveys or their babies f***ies. Oh, that reminds me. I know what the f*** word means now. Everything. Not joking. It's a noun, a verb, an infix, an interjection, and an idiom. I think its core definition is reproduction or the act of sexual intercourse. That's the only solid definition I've heard so far. So it's a verb as in, let's go f*** or they f***ed. However, it's also used as a noun for the same meaning. As in, having a f***, or he or she is a great f***. Then it's used as a verb to describe things that are negative, like, he really got f***ed over, or boy, are we f***ed now. It's an infix when it's inserted into a word for emphasis. What f***ing ever. Meh. And it's an interjection when it's used in a phrase like, f*** you. I've heard humans of all ages using this word, and by all ages, I include children. Now, most often, children use these words when their parents aren't around. And most of the time when they do, they get scolded for it, even though most of those parents either openly use profanities around their kids, or make half-assed attempts to cover their child's ears when they do. But why is it considered profane? Because it's a bad word? If so, what makes it bad? Someone a long time ago said it was bad? Does a puppy burst into flames every time someone says it? Because its core meaning is sex, and these people seem to think that children shouldn't know about sex until a certain age? I mean, this word is rarely even used for its original definition anymore. On top of that, it's something they're going to wind up doing eventually anyway. Children are naturally curious, and keeping it from them is more likely to make it more enticing. Either that or make it an embarrassing shock when they figure it out for themselves. Seems like you'd want your children as well informed as possible. But I'm digressing. Sorry, but these beat the f*** out of squirrels and begonias. Another interesting word I've encountered is gay. A few decades ago, it meant pleasant. Then it meant homosexual, the human term for natural chemically induced population control. And now, most recently, it's used as a negative. So first it meant rad, then it meant having two dads, and now it means bad. It's still used now and again, mostly by senior citizens, to describe a happy or good feeling. And it still seems heavily used to describe homosexuality, which is unfortunate since that seems to be why it's used as a negative now. Several of the people on this planet have a negative attitude towards and seem almost afraid of it. I don't know. It seems fairly overpopulated here, and it's a great way to keep the population in check. These humans confuse me. It's like they're afraid of their own nature and prefer to blindly insist that the world works or should only work in one way, when exceptions are everywhere around them. Like their definition of values and morals is being threatened by knowledge and nature itself. It's like they don't know or don't want to admit that words without reaction, pure knowledge, and personal behaviors don't harm anyone or keep you from being happy as long as you don't base your happiness on whether or not people live according to your standards. It kind of reminds me of the Phrygian-Galbaran War. If you know your history, the Galbarans were so disgusted with the Phrygians for eating their elders, they refused to accept it was part of their population control. The elderly Phrygians even grew smaller, tastier, and went senile as a natural preparation for the recycling. Given it's not what you and I would consider normal, but how can any sentient race succeed if it can't even recognize and accept a form of number culling within itself? Then again, no one down here wants to eat old people, and I can't say I blame them. Some get smaller, but there's nothing appetizing about them. These cookies, on the other hand... Well, Umag, I'm out of cookies. You know what to do. I'll see you next time. Oopie, I'm out. waiting for the sirens to go away. Yeah, everything. Not joking. It's a noun, a verb, an infix, and